Hey guys, how's it going? It's that Crimson Kid here, and I decided to make another story time with Dylan because the series have been getting some pretty good support. I have over I think 12 views on the last episode I made, and that wasn't even posted more than 24 hours ago. So I have a new story for you guys. I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront in the background. It was the first time I played it in a couple weeks, so I'm doing pretty bad during the gameplay. So try to ignore that. I just kind of want to put something in the background, just in case you get bored of hearing my fucking voice, because a lot of people find my voice pretty annoying. But today the story is mainly focused on an event that happened about 4 years ago. I think 4 or 5, around then. And it was back when I lived in the good old city of South Portland. Now, if you guys aren't from Maine and you have no idea what South Portland is, it's pretty much this city, I guess, and it's a pretty popular city. It has the main mall in it, and it's surrounded by a bunch of different cities, and it was pretty popular, or not really popular, but it's a pretty well-known place around Maine. And I've pretty much lived there all my life up until around 3rd grade, and I'll admit I didn't hang around the greatest kids ever. There were some kids that I aren't really proud about, talking about, and I was a really violent kid. I used to get in fights every week, if not every day, and I might tell a couple stories about that, but it's kind of hard for me to remember because most of the fights I got in back in the days, I would just black out and just full on just start whooping people and shit. It was really fucked up. I'm not even gonna lie, but I guess I'll talk about a story. Me and my friend Jacob, and that's his real name, I'm not even gonna lie because he's still really good friends with me. But me and Jacob, we were chilling. We hung out pretty much every day after school, and I think this was around the summertime, right? So we would hang out every single day, just talk, walk around, start shit, just do random shit like that, right? And it was summertime of 2011, 2012. Me and him got bored, and I had really kind of strict rules with my household. When the lights come on, this is some pretty ghetto shit too. When the street lights come on, that means you gotta go inside. And it was summertime, so it didn't come on till like 6 or 7. And I wasn't allowed to leave the neighborhood I lived in at the time, which was called Red Bank, which was a pretty bad area, pretty ghetto area. There's a lot of drug dealers and a lot of violent things going on around that time. And I decided, me and my friend Jacob, we got really bored, and so we decided to go to the mall. Now, the mall is about a mile, 2 miles away from Red Bank. I'd say about a mile and a half or so, but me and Jacob, I think I was about 8 or 9, maybe 7, I don't know, somewhere around there, because I'm not quite sure about the date. Jacob was a year older than me, so he could have been like 10, 11, I don't fucking know. But me and Jacob decided to go to the mall, and when we were heading over there, I think we head over there on our bikes or scooters, one of the two. But we went over there, and we were just pretty much fucking around. Now, we always kind of leave Red Bank area. We're just little mischievous bastards. And I guess we went to the mall. We were just fucking around, and we did this really stupid thing. I've seen some kids do it nowadays, but we got bored, and there's no security guards around because it was back before they had like really tight security and all that shit, and pretty much where you could do anything you really wanted to, right? So me and Jacob decided to, or we just had this great idea that just magically popped into our heads that we would go to the escalators that lead up to the Sports Authority, and we would hang on the side of the escalators instead of hanging like on the stairs. We would go and hang on the railings because the railings move up too. So we would hang on the moving railings and slide up about 8-9 feet and just let go and drop to the ground. Now, we were fucking stupid kids. Like, we just didn't give a fuck. And back then, I was really skinny. I didn't have depression at the time, or whatever, so I didn't really have any weight problems like I kind of do now. That might be another story I could get into sometime with that Great Depression story I was talking about last episode. But me and him were just like hanging on the escalators, being fucking retards, and eventually the security caught us and like they told us to stop or whatever. And then we snuck into Spencer's, and Spencer's is a pretty like mature place. There's a bunch of like sex jokes, and there are literally sex dolls in the back of the store, but we didn't give a fuck. We were like little mischievous, curious kids, I guess you could say. And we ran into the back of Spencer's. We were like playing with everything. We were just fucking around and shit. And that was pretty much it for the mall. We kind of got bored. We spent like 2 hours there, and we decided to head back home. And while we were going home, I'm not sure if I'm saying the story wrong, but while we were heading home, we went over to like this big like rock pit, because around that time they just shut down Gorham Road and they were building the Buffalo Wild Wings that you guys might know of now. Back then, that whole huge building where they leased out different shops and stuff, that was never there, and it was just like this like straight road that led straight into Red Bank. And it was the road that I really liked and I would just go to all the time. They still kind of have like half the road there, but the other half, like I said, got destroyed for the huge building. And we were walking in front of Buffalo Wild Wings before it was like actually made, like when it was in the middle of construction. And we looked under a rock and he found a $10 bill. And so we were like, dude, hell yeah, let's go to Circle K, which was right up the street, and right in front of Red Bank. So we ran up to Circle K, and we bought some stuff. We bought like these, I'm not sure what they're called. They're like kind of ice, like cube things or whatever, but it's not like an actually ice. It's like a glass kind of cube or whatever, and if you put a light under it, it looks really cool. Anyways, we bought a couple of those. We also bought some like Mountain Dew and stereotypical young kids stuff, trying to be cool or whatever. And we were running back over to good old South Portland. We were already in South Portland. What the fuck am I saying? We were walking back to good old Red Bank, and I came to a pretty horrific sight, I should say. I walked up and I kind of froze because I heard somebody yelling my name, and I looked over and it turned out to be my mom, and she was pissed. She was looking everywhere for me, I guess, because she noticed that I wasn't at Red Bank. So she was pretty much searching everywhere for me, and she finally found me, right? And Jacob's house is like not even like 50 feet down the road from where my mom stopped me. And I was really fucking confused. I had no idea like what was going on. So I walked up, I'm like, what was going on? And she confronted me about leaving South Portland, and she was like really pissed off. And my friend Jacob, he froze too, because apparently Jacob's parents were talking with my mom, and they came in, or they pretty much were kind of working together, because Jacob's parents had a car, my mom didn't, whatever. So we pretty much got in trouble. I never got those like crystal things or whatever. He kept them. I have no idea what he did with them. And I was grounded for like a good month or so after that. But I honestly still believe it was totally fucking worth it. It was a good time, honestly, and I mean now it's on YouTube, so I'm sorry for the kind of extra long story, guys. I just like making these story time with Dylan's. They're just fun to me. They're really easy to make too, but sometimes I kind of don't know what to talk about because there's so many like stories I could say, and there's some that I forget about. But anyways, guys, this has been that Crimson Kid with another story time with Dylan. If you guys like this series, leave a comment or like the video so I know whether or not I should make one. Like I could make at least 3 a week or so, probably, or I could limit it down to like 1 a week if people aren't the biggest fan of it. And I'm going to make other videos. I know I've strictly just been doing the story time with Dylan because that's all I've been really wanting to upload lately. But since, I'm just gonna leave it up to you guys. You guys want me to do more story time with Dylan? You guys want me to like do random gameplay videos? Let me know in the comments. It's been that Crimson Kid, blah blah blah. Yeah. Oh, just before I forget, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in any other video. I probably have because I'm retarded. But we recently hit 1,000 views, or we hit it about last week, and I'm really proud, honestly, even though half of my views come from one video about the shittiest quarterback in all of shitty quarterbacks. But, I'm pretty excited to hit 1,000 views. I didn't really think it was going to happen, because, I just really didn't. But yeah, like I said, guys, if you guys want to see more Storytime with Dylan, leave a like and comment down below. Whenever you guys are watching this, have a great day, night, whenever the fuck, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode, or whatever the fuck I decide to make with my boring, useless life. And yeah, talk to you guys later.